This is Jonathan Viero, and this is the real estate market report for June of 2023. So this month, our average sales price is $829,000, and that really hasn't changed much since last month. This time of year, we typically see home prices really honestly improve, as this is the prime shopping and vacation home season. We really see that rate increase at a faster pace. So the great thing about this past month in June was that average sales price increased really in the high-end homes. So high-end luxury homes outperformed the middle to low bracket price points, and that specifically is like 1.2 and below. So this summer is obviously the optimal time to get a premium for your property, so that is something to consider. But last month we had $838,000 for your average sales price, and so we just decreased a little bit since then. Right now on the market, there's about 229 listings, and honestly that's a moderate number compared to what we were seeing before COVID with the 400. So right now our inventory level is pretty balanced between the buyers and the sellers. There is still a little bit of favoritism towards the buyers, so they're being able to get an offer accepted a little bit discounted from the price, whereas previously they weren't at all. But we're not really seeing that flood of new listings like we thought we were going to see this year, and it is good because it does protect the home values. Right now homes are selling at about 45 days on average, and that's great because last year they were selling about 108 days. And that's in the month of April. So really whatever slowdown we saw from those interest rate increases has recovered, and we're selling homes at a pretty quick rate. So that means the buyers are out shopping, a home comes on the market, and they get straight to it. We closed about 48 sales this past month in June, and that's good because we really weren't seeing a lot of sales happen in the month of April and May because of that snowstorm. It really created a backlog of homes in escrow that waited and waited, and then June they pretty much coincidentally all closed at the same time relatively. So what also good news is that we have 32 pending listings coming into this month, in the month of July, and so those homes will obviously close, and then we're hoping to get a new batch of pending listings. But obviously this time of summer we get a large portion of our deals made, and especially since the kids are out of school and people start shopping, so we'll likely see an increase in pendings in July as well. The average 30-year fixed rate mortgage right now is 6.71, and that has just increased just a little bit from last month of 6.43. So as inflation rates come down and they cool a little bit, we're about 4% inflation rate in the United States. Once we can get back to that 2-3 number like the Federal Reserve's goal was, I really see that foreshadowing a decrease in those rates, even maybe this year or early next year. So that's good news. And then right now, I think the biggest current event is that the short-term rental space and industry has really had a little bit of a pivot. There's definitely some concerns of a little bit of oversupply in short-term rentals. A lot of homes are sitting and they're not quite getting as much occupancy. So that's been a big change, and especially since, when we saw that big boost in COVID with people coming up here to vacation, the short-term rental market really boomed. It was a great time frame. So I think, homes back then were, getting $5,600 on average per month in 2021. And, the top, nicest houses were getting $12,000 a month. And so, we see about a little bit of a decrease, whereas now this year we're getting $4,200 average per month, and that's for the top 50 percentile. So the homes that are in the top 50% in performance. So we're seeing a little bit of a decrease in that monthly revenue, and that does put pressure on people with those, low interest rate, high price mortgages from the 2021s and 2022s. So it does draw a concern about people, not being able to afford owning this short-term rental anymore. So You know, moving forward, I really think that the short-term rental space is still very viable. It's still a great space to be in. I think what we really need to see is a little bit of correction with the supply, and then also the types of homes that are getting rented, and really get back to the roots of it and have only vacation style homes, you know, rented. But I think, you know, there could be a couple different solutions. It could be just that, you know, if people start vacationing more, then it's fine to have, you know, supply that we have right now. But right now, I think that if you are a short-term rental homeowner, you need to be a little bit smarter, and you need to pivot how you have your business set up, so that way you can still, you know, make it a viable business model. But however, you know, right now, still well-managed properties that are really high demand, they're still absolutely killing it and very profitable. So it's not that, you know, everybody's feeling this loss. I think everybody's feeling a little bit slower. You know, like those numbers are $1,000, a little bit less from last year, but I think the properties that are still killing it, they're still killing it. So that is the monthly market report for the month of June. I'm excited to see what we see in July. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me directly. If you'd like to receive this full report, what I'm reading off of every single month, I have an email newsletter. All you have to do is click the link in the bio, or click the link in the description of this YouTube video. Go to my sign up form, sign up to get this every single month. Lots of great information, and there is much more on this piece of paper than what I talk about in the video. So thank you guys. See you again. Jonathan Viero with Team Lake Arrowhead.